How's it going, everybody? My name is Saul Chapa, and today I'm making a video for my rock and roll history course for rock and roll research. And I chose Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is about Mexican Americans in rock and roll. Now, the history of Mexican Americans in rock and roll is a complicated one. It starts in Los Angeles, California, in the 40s and 50s. So, what I learned from the chapter was not only on Mexican American rock and roll history, but on the presence of Mexican Americans in Los Angeles. Obviously, California used to belong to Mexico, as well as Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado. But let's restrict this to a certain zone, the zone that created rock and roll. Now, because of the introduction of black people into Los Angeles and their communal living in the same areas as Mexican Americans in the 40s and 50s, there was a union of musical souls. Although the black people and the Mexican people at that time did not get along because they were fighting for the same housing, they were fighting for the same jobs, they shared a love of the same type of music. The Mexican music and the black jump blues came together to create something new in different ways, in different forms. The very first rock and roll, Mexican rock and roll crossover would be attributed to Richie Valens. Now, Richie Valens came out in 1958 with La Bamba and Donna and a few other rock and roll songs. Now, these songs are groundbreaking for Mexican Americans. I particularly like La Bamba because I do that in my normal day, in my normal life. I play that song a lot. So, after La Bamba, there was a lot of Mexican Americans in rock and roll. The Premiers, the Midnighters. There was a few that changed their names, maybe to be a little more ice cream vanilla for Midwest America. But to that point, it was very hard for brown people to kind of assimilate. So even if they did have to change their name, it's okay, because a lot of Jewish people changed their name to become entertainers, and a bunch of other people too, so why not? So after Richie Valens, there was a kind of a blooming of Mexican Americans in rock. And up to today, with people like Robert Trujillo in Metallica, the bass player, like people like Carlos Santana from the 60s to now, like there are, I wrote down some. Let me see who I can remember. Los Lobos, Los Lonely Boys, Dave Navarro, Jane's Addiction. There are many. To Tex-Mex rock and roll, like Los Lobos. So I learned a lot from Chapter 9. I learned a lot more of Mexican history than Mexican rock and roll, although I love the idea of learning about Mexican rock and roll. I've had 4 history classes. Right now I'm working on my African American studies. So I love history, so I loved reading Chapter 9. And now I'm going to treat you guys to a little something that I do in my own personal life 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And this is the first rock and roll song that broke open the doors for brown people in rock and roll. Para bailar la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia, para mi, para ti, allá arriba y arriba. por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Yo no soy marinero, yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Baila bamba, baila bamba, baila bamba, baila. Para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia, una poca de gracia pa' mi papi. Arriba y arriba, how you doing, girls? Arriba y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Baila bamba, baila bamba, baila bamba. Thank you guys, thank you very much. I'd like to thank